I remember starting up my software development career back in 2019 and I was learning about front-end development. I couldn't wait to get my hands on PHP so I could build my very first server. I remember vividly the feeling I got when I downloaded XAMPP for the first time and spun up my very first back-end application with PHP. In one word, euphoric. However, 6 years down the line, I barely write any PHP code anymore, and I have also observed that new developers are increasingly shying away from using PHP for back-end development. New developers are not using PHP as much as they used to. Why is that the case? PHP used to be the default language for back-end applications back in its day, and this is proven by the fact that over 70% of the web currently runs on PHP. When Facebook first came out, it was powered by PHP. You could not think of building a back-end application and not using PHP. So it begs the question, why are new developers running away from PHP? Why has PHP adoption amongst new developers dropped to a staggering 14.5%? What happened to the language that was so favored amongst developers, old and new alike? Hopefully, we will answer all those questions and more. In today's video, we will go over 4 reasons why PHP has fallen in favor amongst new developers. If you think that's a great idea, then absolutely smash the like button. Ensure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification so you can get access to all of our videos as they drop. Make sure to let me know your thoughts on PHP via the comment section. The first reason why new developers are shying away from PHP is that PHP is a victim of the tech industry's relentless pursuit of the new and shiny technology. There are simply other better alternatives out there. Before, you had to choose between PHP, C# and Java amongst others. And if you ask me as a junior developer back then which option I'd rather go with among those three, then I would gleefully choose PHP. This is because PHP was a much more practical language with a smaller learning curve when compared to those two. However, today we have languages that are much more easier to get started with than PHP. Node.js with JavaScript essentially changed back-end development for PHP forever. This is because with Node.js, you could easily transfer your JavaScript skills from the front end to the back end without having to worry about learning a new language. And this was the game changer. PHP is still trying to recover from that blow till today. Node.js has made back-end development much more easier and practical for new developers. The second reason why PHP has fallen from grace amongst new developers is the poor language design. PHP is a mixture of inconsistency, which is in part due to the way PHP was developed. It wasn't developed from the ground up to be a widely adopted programming language. When Rasmus Ledov was building what we now know and use as PHP, he was just creating a personal tool for himself. You will often see this in the inconsistent naming patterns for functions. Early versions of PHP also encouraged poor practices like global variables. Until today, PHP still suffers from handling variable scopes. This gave PHP a reputation for being a hacky programming language. Although modern PHP has addressed some and most of these issues, the reputation still lingers. If you love what you're hearing, please support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Make sure to turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any of our featured videos, and let me know your thoughts on the video via the comment section. The third reason why PHP has seen reduced adoption amongst new developers is its status as a legacy programming language. When junior developers think of PHP, they often think about an old clunky grandpa who has trouble getting out of their favorite chair. Most new developers are driven by trends, and as such, they want to learn how to use the latest shiny new framework or programming language. Everyone wants to be able to put Golang, Rust, and TypeScript on their resume, and as such, this has caused the adoption of PHP to plummet. In addition, most tutorials on PHP are old and outdated and are not designed for beginners. This is in contrast to modern back-end languages with beginner-friendly, interactive, and project-based tutorials. Not that you cannot find something like that in today's age for PHP, but most new developers don't think that it is worth it. The fourth reason why PHP isn't really popular amongst new developers is because of the existing PHP community and ecosystem. The PHP community is not doing enough to sell the language to new developers when compared to other programming languages. The ecosystem of PHP Composer is not very popular amongst new developers, but everyone knows npm and Pip today, even if they don't really use it. PHP isn't really beginner friendly when compared to most programming language, and it is often stressful to set up a local PHP development environment when compared to setting up a local development environment for Python or Node.js. And PHP's identity is often tied to WordPress, a tool that is not really famous amongst core developers. Most new developers want to learn how to use code to solve business problems and not how to learn to use a no-code tool. You will often see developers shying away from no-code tools as much as possible. This is not to say that PHP is not a great programming language. PHP 8, which is the latest version of PHP, is highly performant and has addressed most of the security issues and concerns with the language. Composer has excellent dependency management and offers robust tools for building and testing your applications like Laravel, Eloquent, and TCPDF. PHP also powers major platforms like WordPress, Facebook, Slack, and many high traffic sites. It is a very good programming language, and I would love to see new developers adopt and use PHP more. So definitely check out this video on creating PDF files with PHP. If you found this useful, absolutely smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so you can get access to all of our videos as they drop. I would like to hear your thoughts on using PHP in the comment section. If you want to see me do more videos on PHP, then make sure to let me know via the comment section, and I will see you in the next one.